Exciting news! It's payday, and the moment has arrived to savor the fruits of your labor. You now have the opportunity to embark on an adventure at that highly acclaimed restaurant that has been the talk of the town. Moreover, you can finally bid farewell to the items lingering in your shopping cart. Ah, the magnificent occasion that is payday. A day filled with limitless possibilities. However, before you impulsively spend your hard-earned income, allow me to share 8 essential actions to consider when you receive your payment. Number 1. Make yourself a priority. Imagine this. You've just received your paycheck, and the joy of your hard-earned income hitting your checking account is still fresh. But reality quickly sets in as you realize you have bills to pay, groceries to buy, and a credit card balance to settle. Quite a list of responsibilities to handle. This aspect of payday is often the least favorable, yet unavoidable. It's all too easy to get caught up in paying rent, utilities, and other obligations, leaving little for yourself. Personally, I prefer dealing with my bills first, ensuring that whatever remains is truly mine. However, here's a thought. Why not pay yourself as well? Treat your savings account like a monthly bill that deserves attention. This valuable lesson stems from the wise words of the renowned billionaire Warren Buffett. Buffett famously advised against saving what's left after spending, but instead encouraged spending what's left after saving. He believes in prioritizing oneself because it's all too common to pay everyone else and forget about your own needs. And I'm not just referring to bills here. Imagine this scenario. You've taken care of your bills, feeling responsible and deserving of some fun. But before you know it, you've depleted what's left without setting anything aside for yourself. Remember the saying, work hard, play hard? Well, before you dive into paying bills or indulging in enjoyment, the first step is to pay yourself. Consider it an investment in yourself, the best investment you can make. Number 2, build an emergency fund. The next step is to allocate money for unforeseen circumstances. Once you've paid yourself, you might wonder, why do I need emergency savings if I've already taken care of myself? Here's the thing. The money you set aside for personal use should not be mistaken as your entire savings. If you rely solely on that amount, you may find yourself dipping into it during emergencies. And if you deplete your disposable income, facing unexpected situations becomes inevitable. Emergencies can range from mild to severe, and nothing can prevent them from occurring, not you nor anyone else. That's precisely why it's crucial to be adequately prepared, so emergencies don't catch you off guard. Unfortunately, even good people can experience unfortunate events. Instead of worrying without taking action, I prefer to plan ahead. By doing so, I'm never caught unprepared. I strongly advise you to prepare for financial surprises before they arise. That's precisely why it's called an emergency. It can happen at any time. Saving systematically for an emergency fund is the second most important step when you receive your payment. Now let's define what constitutes a genuine emergency. Upgrading your phone or car does not fall into that category. However, if your car suddenly breaks down or you encounter unexpected medical bills, that qualifies as an emergency. It's crucial to calculate how much you would need to sustain yourself if your source of income were to disappear. I recommend multiplying that amount by 6 to 9 months and diligently saving towards it. Remember, emergency savings are not meant to generate profits. Instead, they serve as a safety net, shielding your long-term savings and investments from unforeseen short-term expenses. Number 3, create a budget. Before you embark on a spending spree, it's important to establish a budget that enables you to enjoy without depleting your entire income. I understand if you think budgeting feels restricted or like you don't have enough. These perceptions arise when you haven't mastered the art of budgeting correctly. Insufficient allocations in certain areas of your budget can lead to resentment. I used to share this mindset. At the mere mention of a budget, I would distance myself. I didn't want to associate with scarcity. However, I eventually grasped the true meaning and power of budgeting, and it completely transformed my financial approach. Just because you work hard doesn't mean you should spend all your income on leisure. This is a common reason why many individuals find themselves living paycheck to paycheck. It's crucial to recognize that your income can support you. For instance, earning $3,000 per month doesn't mean you should spend every cent. I know it's tempting. That's a significant sum that you've worked hard for, and you may believe you'll receive more next month anyway. However, falling into this trap leads to an endless cycle of financial instability. A budget serves as a guide, showing you how to allocate your resources effectively. Number 4, repay your debt. The next step, which is often the least favorite part of payday, involves repaying your debt. Yes, I know it can be a downer, but unfortunately, you can't escape it. You have to face it, and the best time to do so is when you receive your payment. Now, you might wonder why you have to tackle debt right away when you'd rather relax and enjoy your money. Trust me, I understand. However, it's crucial to prioritize debt repayment when you get paid. This includes all types of debt, such as loans, late payments, and especially high-interest debt. Prioritizing high-interest debt is essential because the longer you take to pay it off, the more interest you accumulate. None of us wants to spend the majority of our income on repaying debt, right? I certainly don't, and I'm sure you don't either. So, when you receive your payment, make paying off your debt a top priority. Don't wait until the next payday or until you have a lump sum, as the interest will continue to accrue. By addressing your debt promptly, you'll alleviate a significant burden from your shoulders. On a side note, I've noticed that most of you watching my videos haven't subscribed yet. Let's change that. Hit the subscribe button so you never miss any of my uploads. I'd appreciate it if you could give this video a thumbs up and share it with anyone who might benefit from it. Thank you. Now let's dive back into the topic. In my perspective, owing money you can't afford to repay is something to be avoided. Personally, I'm against debt. I believe that individuals can lead happier lives if they steer clear of debt, particularly high-interest credit card debt. There's simply no reason to pay 19% interest on borrowed money when you can't generate that level of return. So why should people around us subject themselves to such circumstances? Avoid debt whenever possible. Number 5, invest 20% of your income. I understand that this might not sound like the most exciting part, but trust me, going through all these steps will be worth it. Many people choose not to invest, and I can see why. There are countless horror stories out there, and it's natural to be apprehensive about risking your hard-earned money. However, I urge you to overcome your fear of risk. Success often comes from taking calculated risks, and life itself is a risk. As Warren Buffett wisely said, risk arises from not knowing what you're doing. The key here is to conduct thorough research and equip yourself with knowledge before making any investment decisions. One common mistake people make is assuming they'll have all the time in the world to start saving or investing. But time is money, and you can never reclaim lost time. Don't postpone investing because you think you need more money or want to wait for the next payday. Start now, even with a small amount, and witness its growth over time. Now, I'm not suggesting that you invest your entire income. Setting aside 20% of your income to improve your net worth has proven to be a wise decision. Keep in mind that this 20% should be a minimum, as you'll still have other expenses to take care of. The funds you save can be used to acquire assets that generate additional income. These assets could include properties, stocks, or a diversified portfolio. Number 6, create a spending plan. In addition to having a budget and adhering to it, it's important to establish a spending plan when you receive your payment. While having a budget sets the foundation, a spending plan helps you navigate the challenges of sticking strictly to it. There may be instances where adjustments or slightly higher expenses are necessary. Life happens and we need to adapt. Even if you manage your income with diligence, a spending plan is still crucial. Without one, you may not have a clear picture of where your hard-earned money is going, despite having a budget in place. While it's understandable to await an increase in income before taking more decisive steps, it's best not to wait. Learning to effectively manage your current resources empowers you to take control and maximize what you have. This involves gaining a clear understanding of where your income is currently allocated and where you want it to go. As your income increases, you'll become even more adept at managing it. If you believe a spending plan is insignificant, let's consider a few scenarios. Remember those impromptu visits to the ATM or those spontaneous trips to the grocery store for a few items? What about buying those discounted shoes because you didn't want to miss out? All of these instances occurred despite having a budget. This demonstrates why a spending plan is crucial. It helps you track your expenses. Small, unchecked expenses can quickly accumulate and leave a significant dent in your income, which is why tracking them is essential. Number 7, Keep some cash on hand. If you need proof, just look at Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger, who staunchly advocate for holding on to raw cash. These influential individuals have emphasized the importance of keeping at least $20 billion in cash to be prepared for emergencies or seize unexpected opportunities. While we live in a predominantly cashless society, the value of having physical money should not be underestimated. There's no denying the convenience and simplicity of cashless transactions. I appreciate the ease of using my card for payments and the convenience of online shopping. However, these advancements shouldn't diminish the significance of having cash readily available. When I receive my payment, I make it a point to keep some cash on hand. It allows me to limit the frequency of ATM withdrawals, and most importantly, it prevents me from constantly dipping into my savings. Carrying around a few $100s in cash, typically in 20s, provides a sense of security and flexibility. Number 8, delegate your time. Delegate your time because time is valuable, and there's no need to spend it on mundane tasks when you can delegate them and focus on more productive activities. You have the option to outsource tasks such as grocery shopping, laundry, cleaning, and food preparation, freeing up your time for other pursuits. Instead of getting caught up in these routine tasks, consider using that time in a more beneficial way. You can use it to rest, meditate, take a walk or run, or engage in activities that bring you joy. Furthermore, you could utilize this time to create an additional stream of income. There are various possibilities for generating income, such as freelancing, babysitting, starting a podcast, or even launching a YouTube channel. The opportunities are limitless. These are the 8 essential steps to follow when you receive your paycheck. I would love to hear your thoughts and comments, so please leave them below. For more money-making topics in the days to come, please consider subscribing to our channel. Thank you for watching.